Company names. A company name refers to the legal name or title under which a business entity operates. It is the official name that identifies and distinguishes a particular company from others. Company names can be unique and often reflect the nature, brand, or identity of the business. They are registered with relevant government authorities to ensure legal recognition and protection. LLP. LLP stands for Limited Liability Partnership. It is a business structure that combines elements of a partnership and a limited liability company. In an LLP, partners have limited liability for the company's debts and obligations. This means that individual partners are not personally responsible for the actions or debts of other partners. LLPs are commonly used by professional service firms, such as law firms, accounting firms, and consulting companies. Limited. Limited is an abbreviation for limited. It is a suffix added to the end of a company name to indicate that it is a private limited company. In this context, limited refers to limited liability, which means that the shareholder's liability is limited to the amount they have invested in the company. The company's finances and operations are separate from those of its owners, providing a level of legal protection. The abbreviation, limited, is commonly used in the United Kingdom and various other countries to denote this type of business entity. LLP, Limited Liability Partnership. A limited liability partnership, LLP, is a business structure that combines elements of a partnership and a limited liability company. In an LLP, the partners have limited liability for the debts and obligations of the partnership. This means that the partners' personal assets are generally protected, and their liability is limited to the amount they have invested in the LLP. LLPs are commonly used by professional service firms, such as law firms, accounting firms, and consulting companies, where partners want to maintain individual control and flexibility in managing the business. Each partner in an LLP is typically involved in the management and decision-making process, and they may have different levels of responsibility and authority based on the partnership agreement. LLPs often require formal registration with the relevant government authorities, and they must adhere to specific legal and regulatory requirements. Limited. Limited. Limited, which stands for limited, refers to a private limited company, which is a common business structure in many countries. In an LTD, the liability of the company's shareholders is limited to the amount they have invested in the company. Their personal assets are generally protected from the company's debts and obligations. The ownership of an LTD is divided into shares, which are owned by the shareholders. The shareholders are not personally responsible for the day-to-day operations of the company. And limited typically has a more formal structure with a board of directors responsible for managing the company's affairs, and shareholders' involvement may be through voting and decision-making in shareholders' meetings. LTDs are often used by businesses of various sizes, from small startups to large corporations, and they provide a clear separation between the company's operations and the personal affairs of its owners. LTDs must comply with legal and regulatory requirements specific to the jurisdiction where they are registered, including filing annual reports, financial statements, and adhering to corporate governance standards. In summary, LLPs and LTDs are both business structures that offer limited liability protection to their owners. LLPs are often preferred by professional service firms, while LTDs are a more common structure for various types of businesses. The choice between LLP and limited depends on factors such as the nature of the business, the level of personal control desired, and specific legal and regulatory considerations.